And that is sweet and sour chicken fried rice made. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we are doing sweet and sour chicken and egg fried rice. Now I'm bringing my recipes up to date from when I first started making this channel, and these recipes are still on the site individually, but we're going to put it all together as a meal, and then you can make sweet and sour chicken, egg fried rice, Chinese style or Chinese takeaway style at home, all under one roof. Water in a pan. I've got some chicken breasts, skinned and boned, and we are just going to put them in there and bring it up to the boil. Now you can put salt in there if you want to season it. I'm not too bothered about that. We're going to season it up as we start cooking. So we need to bring that up to the boil for about 12 minutes. Turn off, chicken done. So when you've got your chicken boiled, turn off the flame and let's have that chicken out of there. Now that's our chicken breast. We're just going to put that to one side. Okay, so we got our chicken cooling. Next step for this then, we're going to make a sweet and sour sauce. Now, like I said, this stuff's all been on my site already. It's been copied many times, but we're bringing it all together. So we want to go in there with about 3 cups of water. Now don't panic if you go 3.5 or whatever. There's not a worry. And we've got about 3/4 cup of sugar, because sweet and sour is sweet and sour. Want about 5 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Now again, I'm not very careful because, you know, it's a sweet and sour sauce. We want to be going in there with some soy sauce. That'll do. We've got some ketchup. That's going in there. And I've got some orange juice, straight out of a carton. Nothing special about that. Flame on. Start to bring it all together. Now I'm using a metal spoon before anybody complains about metal on metal, because I'm going to put red food colour in there and I do not want my wooden spoon red. So if I remember on the video, I'll turn down the sound, but if not, apologies. Now with this sweet and sour, we're going to be adding a cornstarch slurry to this to thicken it. But it is not a finished sweet and sour sauce. It is the base of a sweet and sour. Basically, when you come round to cook it, which we will do, you will just add a cornstarch slurry to this to thicken it up. This is your base sauce, and you thicken it to how you want when you use it. And we're going to go in there with some red colour. Now you put in as much red colour as you want. That is entirely up to you. So that's quick. And then all we're going to do is go in there with our cornstarch slurry. And this is going to give it a nice watery thickness in here, not too thick. Give it a little stir around, and you can see it's giving us that lovely semi-thick type consistency already. Just what we want for a sauce. Now this sauce can be stored, bottle it up, put it in a bag, stick it in the fridge. This is your base for sweet and sour sauce. It's that quick. You don't have to buy anything, you don't have to do anything. We're using ingredients that we have in the house. So that is it basically. That is sweet and sour sauce made. As easy as that. Now the good thing about making sweet and sour sauce at home, you can tailor the sweetness or the sourness that you want in your sweet and sour sauce. Now if you like it a bit sweeter, put a bit more sugar in, or take it out, add a bit more sour. Entirely up to you. But all this is a base sauce. This is our base. I mean, that looks fantastic. So that's it. That's the next stage done. That's the sweet and sour sauce made. All we're going to do now is let that cool down and we'll stick it in a tub, ready for use. We need to be making up a batter. I've got self-raising flour in here. We want to be going in there with a little bit of chicken powder, a good shake of white pepper, a little bit of salt. Now we're not going to go too much with the salt because the chicken powder actually carries salt too. But a little bit of sugar. I'm going with about a teaspoon. That will be plenty to give it that little bit of a sweetness in our batter. Just give that a little mix in there. Going in with some water, about that much, since it's the end of the bottle. Crack an egg in there, give it a beat in, and that's our batter. Just give that a little shufty around in there, nothing complicated. And that's our batter made. No lumps in there, that's fine. Our chicken then, we're after cubed chicken, like chicken nuggets, and you can see it's perfectly cooked. So we just want to be coming in there like that. Something like that. So we get some cubes. Now when you make your own chicken nuggets, you're making with real chicken. You know, it's not all mashed up chicken. Now don't get me wrong, I've eaten enough chicken nuggets out of a packet, same as everyone else, and I do not have a problem with them at all. However, you're in control of what you're putting in your chicken nuggets, whereas a packet one, you've no idea. There are all sorts of flavourings and things in there. So that in there is our cubed up chicken breast, nice and soft and succulent, as we know. We've cooked it. That is ready to go in the batter and be fried. Now for our chicken, we do want to go on there with a little bit of chicken powder. That's going to give our chicken some flavour inside our nuggets. That is a complete optional step. You don't have to do that if you don't want, but there's not much flavour in a chicken breast. Give that a turning over in there. Give it a little bit of a coating. And then all we do is we tip our chicken in there. Give it a coating up. Fantastic. Get the oil in there. Now we are doing a sort of a shallow deep fry. So we just want to get a flame on. Now we have to watch what we're doing because there's quite a lot of oil in this small pan. Okay, and when you think you've got it hot enough, take a skewer and just gently stick it in your chicken. Give it a little diddly around in there and just bob it in. Now don't forget, we don't have to go crazy with cooking this because the chicken is already cooked inside. We just wanted to put a little bit of a batter on there for now. Now I will be doing this in batches. I'm not going to attempt to put all this in there at one go. I think that might be quite crazy. I think that will do for now. We got this lovely puffed up balls going on in there, look. Just give a nice little turn over, be gentle because of the oil in the pan. And we want a little gold on there, a little golden colour. Not too much, because we're going to refry for a second time. So just grab yourself a bowl and let's bring that out of there. Nice and straightforward. Listen to that. Already got that crisp on there before we refry. They smell incredible. They smell way better than store-bought nuggets. Oh. Don't rush, but don't be dithering about either, you know. There's absolutely no rush. We don't want any danger. So there we have it. There is our chicken balls. Now to refry, to make them go crispy, you just put those back in there. Now we're going to do it all at one go now actually, and then it's done. So nice and gently back in. Now you can turn up the flame if you so wish. That is up to you. It doesn't really need it, to be quite honest. The same temperature oil will actually crisp this up just as easy. So we're going to make some nice chicken balls there. Just keep an eye on that oil. Don't put so much in that it actually bubbles over. And when you have them brown enough, out they come. Hear that? Nice nuggets. Now you could freeze these at the first stage of frying. When we first fried them, that is the time to freeze them. They're already cooked, you've got a nice batter on there, and then you take them out to fry. So we're going to crack on, we're going to make an egg fried rice. We're going to make it nice and simple, nothing too hard. A little bit of oil in our pan. Now when you're making it at home, you do not have to have high heat, throwing things around all over. That is pointless. Little stir on the garlic. Crack in your eggs. Just let them sit there a second. Nice gentle push. Now don't get stressed over egg fried rice. It is a straightforward recipe. We don't have to chop it all to pieces. Give it a little turning over. In with our rice. Now this is old rice, it's day old rice. It's a bit dry, as you can see. Not to worry. Give it a little mashing up in your pan. Give it a little turning around. Break up the clumps as you're going. It's a little bit clumpy this, but you know, it's old rice. Just keep it going. Already we've got a nice little mix going on in there, look. That looks superb. Now, in the tradition of Chinese, that is MSG, a little bit in there. You do not have to use it if you do not want. That is sugar. That is a little bit of white pepper. And this is a little bit of soy sauce, about a tablespoon. And we're just going to give it all a little stir through. And we need to now cook this till it goes dry. Now this is a very simple, and I mean simple, egg fried rice. So it's just a case of cook until dry. If you get a little bit of charring on the rice, so be it. So we just need to push it around a little bit in the pan. We're just trying to dry out all that moisture, because there is moisture in this rice. And obviously we've added the egg, we've added the soy sauce. You know, there's nothing worse than wet fried rice. There we go. Turn off the flame. Take some of those green onions in there, stir them through, and then we'll stir some through in a minute. Just stir those in there. And that is egg fried rice made. Nice and straightforward. Serve it up. Perfect. Okay, same pan. A little bit of oil, he says. A little bit of oil in there. Flame back on. Now it's no drastic cook on our sweet and sour. We go in there with a little bit of our onions, in there with our peppers. A little bit of softening, we don't want much. Now you can have the flame as high as you want, and you can scorch away, do whatever, that's up to you. We don't need it. In there with some carrots. Oh, we've got a pan full of colour right there, look. That's looking great. How easy is this? You go out to the takeaway, but you can do it all yourself very easily. And cost effective too. Now I've got a little bit of pineapple here, straight out of a tin. That can go in there. Remember our sweet and sour sauce? Use as much sauce as you like, entirely up to you. Just give that a little stir in there. We might just want a little bit more actually, because this is going to thicken up. And we do want a little bit of sauce on our dinner. So we're going to go in there with just a little bit more. And then we want to be going in there with just a little bit of corn flour slurry, just to thicken this before we add our chicken balls. So let's give that a looking at. Give it a stir. And that's about right. Now if you took it too far, you just add a little bit of water. So that's going to thicken quite nicely, look. That's okay. That's got a lovely amount of sauce in there. And then we want to be going in there with most of our chicken balls. Keep a couple back. Stir over. Turn off. Serve up. Serve up. our chicken balls that we've just kept. Couple of green onions. And that is sweet and sour chicken fried rice made. So sweet and sour chicken balls, fried rice. What does it taste like? Let's serve some up. Okay, look at that. Sweet and sour chicken balls, fried rice. Let's give it a try. That is light, dried out fried rice. Delicious. Wonderful. Chicken balls. There you go. Look in there. Chicken perfectly cooked. Delicious. Really delicious. Crunchy vegetables through our sweet and sour, just like they should be. Now, the chicken balls that have actually been cooked in the sauce, obviously that crispiness has gone. However, that's why we put some on the top, to keep the crispiness. So when you actually serve up from the bowl, obviously if you're going to serve up from the bowl and it's covered in sauce, you've got a perfectly cooked chicken nugget, you've got a fantastic tasting batter. But it isn't going to be crispy, is it? It can't be, it's covered in sauce. But these that we kept on the top are really crispy. So there you are, we've brought all the 3 videos together into one, so you can actually see it all in one place. So you can make the chicken balls, sweet and sour sauce, egg fried rice, put it all together and you've got sweet and sour chicken, egg fried rice. Easy recipe, fantastic for any night of the week, but at the weekend, save a fortune from the takeaway and have a real meal on your table. If you like what we're doing, don't forget, smash that like and subscribe, share with your friends, all that kind of stuff. We'll catch you in the next video.